Woo! Woo! Hi guys, maybe you missed this, but I just put a stunning picture of myself on Instagram. See, look at how handsome I am. And with that picture, I announced that my next YouTube video will be a Q&A. So this is that video. I'm excited. I have a beer. I'm ready to see what you guys want to know and hopefully drop some bombs of wisdom on you guys. Oh. Okay, first question. Why are you the worst? How do you feel when people come up to you and ask for pictures? This is actually a good question. And I think I've said this before. I think to a normal celebrity, people coming up to them and asking for pictures all the time might get annoying. But I'm just me, you know? So I actually kind of enjoy it. It's always been a goal of mine throughout this entire process of building like an internet audience to be as accessible and relatable to people as possible. I look at like people like I don't know, Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande or Harry Styles, who are like these untouchable deity type people to their fans. Like angelic voices in the sky, boom, there's Harry Styles. I definitely don't want that. I just want to be somebody that you guys feel like you can approach and have a conversation with. Because I'm just a normal dude. So I like when you guys come up to me and introduce yourselves and ask for a picture because I want you to feel comfortable doing so if you so desire. What was it like marching Kinetic Noise? Exhausting. That show was sweet, but as an end snare drummer, that drill was super difficult for my weak 19-year-old body. Like it makes sense, like you hear the title, Kinetic Noise, and you immediately think like fast movement, and we moved pretty fast. We had a halt, I remember. I think it was set 37. And I was out of breath at that point in the show already, but we had 150 more sets to go. So that was a tough one for sure, but a great show and a summer of tremendous growth for me personally. How you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing? Are you good at mallets? Still got it. What is the worst uniform you have ever worn and why was it bad? Yeah, I think that one speaks for itself. Yo, can you be my dad, please? Okay, but only because you said please. What's some advice you'd give someone thinking about auditioning for DCI/WGI? Okay, there's a lot that I could go into here. I've actually thought about making a full video on like audition advice, but I guess if I were to boil it down to just like one thing, it would be to just do it. And that might seem like kind of stupid or obvious advice to give, but trust me, like a lot of people cut themselves before the camp even begins because they feel like it's not going to be worth it or that they aren't good enough or whatever. That's a really, really bad mentality to have because A, you never know what can happen. I went to my first Bluecoats camp not expecting to get a call back, but I got one. B, if you just go, you'll at the very least learn a lot, meet a ton of cool new people, and you'll have the opportunity to leave a good impression on the staff so that if it doesn't work out one year, they'll remember you for the next. Favorite memory of marching with the Bluecoats? There are so many good memories I have. It's hard to pick just one. And I also don't want to just say when we won because that seems dumb. Okay, I got one. So the 2016 show, Downside Up, was the one that kind of started this like uniform revolution, meaning we were kind of the first ones to adopt a more WGI-esque uniform that was more conducive to the movement and theatrics that we were trying. One thing that the new uniforms allowed me to do that the old ones didn't was actually see the audience versus, you know, having a helmet that like covered my eyes. And I remember during the closer at one show, I don't remember when or where during tour this was, but we had one move where we were taking really small steps backwards and just like ramming notes. And my eyes kind of inadvertently landed on like a 12 or 13-year-old girl, maybe in the 4th or 5th row of the stands, and her jaw was on the floor. You know that like surprised Patrick meme? That's what she looked like. One of the most fulfilling parts about performing is the idea of inspiring and or moving the audience, especially the kids in the audience. And so to see that kind of inspiration happening like right in front of me with my own eyes in real time as I'm performing was really cool. And something I'll remember, I think, for a long time. Poo poop pee pee, pee pee poo poo. It's so dumb. I'm 23 years old, and the words poop and pee are still funny to me. Are you teaching drum corps? No, I'm not. I don't have the time for it right now, and there's also like not a lot of money in it. I mean, it's not about the money, really. It's like nearly impossible to actually teach in this activity and make a living out of it. That's just like, unfortunately, how the activity is, you know, unless, you know, you're Mike Jackson. So being a tech is more of like a hobby than anything. I do like teaching, but it's too much of a time commitment for me to justify doing it for a drum corps, at least right now. Over the past few years, I've tried to be better and more intentional about how much I take on. There are so many things I could do with my time, but time is limited because I need to sleep. So that means I need to prioritize. I'm starting my career. I have a full-time job that I really, really enjoy and that I worked really, really hard to get. And it pays me enough to buy cool shoes. And on the side, I like creating things and performing. So I'm a part of the Minnesota Vikings skol line. I play drum set for a band and we gig in the Twin Cities area. And I make YouTube videos. And then I also like to have time to hang out with my friends. I like playing Topgolf and going to sporting events and breweries and whatever. And so after all that, I really don't have that much time to dedicate to teaching. I wouldn't be able to teach drum corps without sacrificing some of those other things. And at this point in my life, at this moment in time, I don't want to sacrifice any of those other things. Have you fixed your right hand? Why can't you keep your fingers on the stick? Yeah, I don't know, guys. There might just be something weird going on with my right hand. Here, take a look. Yeah, I don't, maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. On a scale from 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? 7? What inspired you to do vlogs? Where do you get your style from? This is a good question. I guess going back to middle school, I would watch the likes of Shay Carl and Charles Trippy, and I was kind of drawn to that kind of simple daily vlogging style back then. Some YouTubers I really enjoy today, Casey Neistat, obviously, David Dobrik. So I guess I don't really know. I think I'm sort of subconsciously influenced by all of the videos I watch, but I really do try to make each of my videos really my own and make them an extension of who I am and my personality, which is why my videos are so well put together and intelligent. What are some of the most beneficial things you took away from the activity into Age Out Life? Pretty much every soft skill I have, I can attribute to my involvement in music. Leadership skills, work ethic, working with others, attention to detail. All of that is because I played the drums. And I feel lucky enough to be working in an industry in which going on tour with a world-class drum corps looks interesting and valuable on a resume. So I'd advise you guys, I know a lot of you are in the high school and college age range. I'd advise all of you to learn how to speak to the value of all the time you're spending in music, because it is really valuable and you learn a lot from this activity, and your potential future employers and even like your teachers and your peers need to understand that. And so for you to be able to articulate that to them, I think is really important. What inspired your hot dog solo for the skol line audition? I honestly have no idea. I was just like driving back to my apartment in Los Angeles after a weekend of Broken City rehearsal, and the idea just kind of popped in my head. I've had that hot dog costume since 3rd grade, and I think the thought that I should use the hot dog costume for the audition popped into my head first, and then the storyline just kind of fell into place after that. Okay guys, I should wrap this up. It's getting late and I need to go to bed. Thank you to everybody who asked a question. If I didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. Please save it. I'm probably gonna do another video like this sometime in the future because this was fun and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I have time for one more question. Are we getting a full version of Kyle's Having Fun in Ohio? Well, the only thing is,